What is going on, you trading nerds? Welcome back to the Blackfire Technical Analysis YouTube channel. I am your host, with the most, Crypto Bro, coming at you again. You guessed it, with another edition of the daily live stream. Ladies and gentlemen, we have big moves to the downside. Big bearish implications. New macro lower lows on a lot of the assets that we are going to be looking at today, and as well as seeing structural breakdowns. Again, I don't come on here to toot my own horn, ladies and gentlemen. I don't do it. I don't toot my own horn, but goddamn, sometimes that TA just fucking works, doesn't it? I would have to say yes. Obviously, the following is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I will never tell you what to do with your own trades or investments. Invest at your own risk and conduct your own research and due diligence. This is my own speculative opinion on the market, but for me, I'm pretty satisfied today. A lot of the targets to the downside have been met. A lot of breakdowns have been confirmed. Lots of bearish implications here. Very easy stream, in my opinion. And let's just go ahead and get this underway. Nasdaq, obviously the first one we look at here, breaking down and touching the bottom side of that blue box territory. I said anywhere in this blue box territory is a valid target, and look at that. Price action, boom, rejects, confirms resistance remaining, blasts through one support level, and hits new macro lower lows. This is not a good look. This is what I've been looking for quite some time, ladies and gentlemen, for this to fully confirm once again that we are in some form of long-term bearish structure here from a weekly perspective. It also does not look very good. Looking at a potential weekly lower lows as well coming in. We got 2 days, 17 hours left before the weekly candle closes, but I digress. I don't know why the chart's different. Oh yeah, we got the blue candle popping back up. So we do have a little bit of support here at the bottom side. Support here, 12,007. We'll call it 12,800 bucks. Bouncing back up to the top of a resistance here. I'm going to be looking for this to reject. If that condition is confirmed, I will look for continuation through this support towards the next valid target, all the way down to 12,307. However, quite the opposite. If we do see a breach above this $13,075 resistance here, potential resistance, I will be looking for it to confirm before seeing a continuation test to 13,470 here. But again, the same sentiment remains. I am long-term bearish on the structure. That sentiment has not changed, and it will not change until we see a valid change of behavior point. Quite honestly, right now, the only thing that would convince me of an attempt of that change of behavior would be a reversal drive above 14,215 bucks, or the top side of this blue box territory, in correspondence with an open and closure above that 21. For now, I'm looking for continuation to the downside. Lots of sell pressure, heavy sell pressure, heavy lower high structure. Again, we are looking at the major structure as a whole. Boom, lower lows, lower highs, and now we see lower lows. Now, it wouldn't be out of the question over time to come back up here to see a little bit of a relief rally. Something like this, and then go back down. That would not be out of the question sometime in the future. But as long as we're riding this negatively sloped diagonal trend line to the downside, I remain bearish until we see major highs, major higher highs. I'm looking south, ladies and gentlemen. Not only that, but look at this. We see stochastics, this is what I was talking to you guys about yesterday, coiling around in the bearish critical territory. Again, that little bit of a bitty cross up did not convince me of anything at all whatsoever. Again, because it wasn't a critical signal. A cross of the exponential is not a critical signal, in my opinion. Bearish. I'm full-blown bearish, ladies and gentlemen. I have nothing good to say as far as the bullish perspective is concerned. Continuation breakdown below the exponential, bouncing off the top side of the bearish control zone right now, yes, but again, we just came off another rejection and a confirmation drive below the diagonal trend line of peace and prosperity, and now we see the exponential has a much more negative force upon it. It's not looking good. Again, so for now, we are looking for a potential bounce. I would be looking for a bounce at a bare minimum up to 13,480, maybe even up to the 21 exponential here at 13,885, but ultimately I'm going to be looking for that region to get rejected unless we don't break above the blue box territory. Again, if we do confirm this region as resistance, I'm going to look for the bottom side support to shatter, and the next target becomes 12,003. SPY futures moving on. Same sentiment, lower lows confirmed, but we are resting on tentative support. It would not be out of the question to see this one pop up, hit the resistance level at 4,300 bucks even, get rejected, and see continuation to the downside. Ultimately, we broke this support level here, which is a major support, and confirmed lower lows in the formation. Ultimately, the sentiment remains the same. I will be looking for continuations towards 4,050 bucks, give or take a few bucks. And again, a lot of these charts are going to look very similar today here, coiling around, rejecting the tops or the bottom side of the bearish control zone, still in the bearish critical territory. Nothing bullish about that sentiment at all whatsoever. And then RSI looks eerily similar as well. Confirmation below the exponential and below the diagonal trend line is now confirmed as resistance, with continuation towards the top side of the bearish control zone. Again, you gotta kind of plan for a potential reaction off of those critical points, right? We hit the bearish control zone, we're likely to bounce up a little bit. It's just kind of like, natural causality, right? It's Mother Nature. If it's likely to happen, it likely happens. Nice little bounce on support, not out of the question here. But again, I'm not convinced of a bullish continuation drive. This flipping into a macro long-term bullish structure until we put in new macro higher highs, and that point is at 46.22.75. Now again, it wouldn't be out of the question to see a push towards the 21 exponential once again. That would not be out of the question here, but ultimately I'm going to be looking for rejection. And the only thing that would convince me otherwise, same thing, an open and closure above the 21 with closures on new highs at a minimum above 44.77 would convince me of a possible test of that swing high. Until then, I'm looking for 40.50 as the next target to the downside. Dow Jones Industrial Average, while not, confirming new macro structural lower lows, we did confirm lower lows within this region and confirm this level here at 34,115 as tentative resistance. Boom, follow through. I'm just going to be looking for this to continue following through, ladies and gentlemen. Whew. Running out of the breath there, getting too excited here. Yeah, I'm going to be looking for this to continue following through towards this support level at 32,930 here, but ultimately I'm going to be looking for the same sentiment. I'm going to be looking for the macro lows to break here. Any open and closure below 32,915, I will be looking for confirmation continuation towards $32,000 even, as the structure looks pretty much the same here. RSI confirming below the diagonal trend line and rejecting the negatively sloped exponential once again with a continuation drive to the downside, and stochastics finally crossing over, confirming a lower high in the formation in the bearish neutral territory, looking for a possible re-entry into the bearish control zone. Plenty of evidence suggesting that the pressure is on to the downside as the 21 exponential gains more momentum to the downside as well. Again, I'm going to sound like a broken record here, ladies and gentlemen, but the only thing that would convince me otherwise would be a reversal above the 21 exponential to new highs. That's it. Until then, I'm looking for continuation at a minimum to $32,000 even for Dow Jones, and here is fucking why. Dixie. Target has been met, target has been met, target has been met, motherfuckers! Target has been met! And what do we see? Saw a nice little reversal style candlestick formation here. just before yesterday's candle, and boom, reversal style candlestick formation, sells off a little bit, gets close enough to the red 10 symbol, buys back up, hits the target that we outlined in yesterday's stream at 102.25, boom, breaks through that. Now we're looking at potentially confirming it as new tentative support here. Stochastics absolutely furious. This is absolutely bullish. We see this coiling formation, soft cross to the downside. Boom, just kidding. We didn't even go and like try to test the 80 read here for stochastics. We just said fuck that, cross back up and remain bullish here. This one is absolutely flooring to the moon. This is, again, this is what you want to see. If you see the US dollar index just skyrocketing, it's likely that the rest of the market is bearish. Look at it. It's a correlation. It's obvious. The US dollar index is fucking skyrocketing. It likely means that the rest of the stock market is going to be bearish. And this one is for sure bullish. Anybody that says otherwise is literally illiterate at technical analysis. This one looking real nice. I'm going to be looking for continuation. If we do confirm this point at 102.25 as tentative support, I will be looking for continuation to the next major level at 103.70, which means I'm going to have to start playing around with price action way in the past. Are we looking at all-time highs? Shut the front door. There's no way we're looking at all-time highs. No fucking way we're looking at all-time highs for the US dollar index. I didn't think so. Pull up the weekly chart. I didn't get all the data on the daily chart. For some reason, it's cutting the data off somewhere back in 2000. No, it's not. Oh, finally you load, you dick. Oh, no, it did. 2007. So yeah, March of 2007, it's cutting me off. So what does the weekly tell us? Let me look at the weekly. Now, we're definitely well and far away from all-time highs, but I would say, at least from a weekly perspective, if we do see the US dollar index on a weekly time frame break above 103.60 here, it could take a major jump to like 108.50. That would be very disastrous for the stock market, in my professional opinion. Very disastrous indeed. I wish I had this price action information on the daily time frame. I might have to do research on other possible charts for this asset. But, it's just as easy to say, hey, maybe we can check out the daily time frame, since this one does have a possibility of looking for new all-time highs using the Fibonacci extension sequence here. Boom. It kind of lines up. 1.414. About 107.40, 1.618 at 110. There is a significant. That's a weekly. You got to think the weekly time frame is probably a little cleaner than the daily. The daily probably has more chop and more support and resistance lines. But since I don't have extension to that far back, again, I'm looking past this point here. For some reason, it's not loading any price action on the daily time frame before March of 2007. That is very, very concerning as far as how I'm going to conduct this analysis in the future. But we'll stick with what we got for right now. All we need to know is this one's fucking flooring it. This one's flooring it. RSI is deeper into the bullish control zone. Again, I would suspect a pullback at some point because RSI doesn't typically last very long in the bullish control zone anyway. But man, this one's actually just flooring it. So yeah, next target, 103.75 is going to be what I'm looking for, unless proven otherwise, which would be a complete reversal below 100.80, which would correlate with an opening closure below the 21, at which point I'd look for the next level down, somewhere around 99.30 would be a very juicy target, but I'm not confident in that. I'm not confident that we're going to be looking for any kind of pullbacks just yet. Absolutely, this one's flooring it to the upside here. We'll go ahead and move on and do a couple of general stocks, check out Bitcoin, and then we'll call it. Keep this one a little bit short. Apple, looking at Apple here, this one breaking down as well after confirming a new tentative resistance just yesterday and breaking through another support today. I will be looking for this support to potentially confirm its tentative resistance coming into tomorrow below 157.37. If that condition is met, I will be looking for a retest of the macro structural lows, which is right around 150.30 currently, and plenty of evidence to suggest that sentiment is provided. Plenty of rejection points below the 50 read and below the negatively sloped exponential with a fresh drive to the downside is point number one. Coiling action for stochastics pointing back to the downside, still in the bearish critical territory is point number two, and the continuation drive after confirming resistance below the 21 and below support, confirming new resistance is point number 3 and 4. Again, just like Nasdaq, just like SPY futures, just like Dow Jones, everything's pointing fucking down right now. And until I see obvious, blatantly obvious reversal style signals, I'm not convinced that we're going to see very many drives to the upside. So for now, Apple looking to potentially confirm resistance, and my next target's about 150.30. It wouldn't be out of the question to see a bounce back up to test this resistance once again at 164, maybe even the red 10 simple, and a stretch to say even maybe the yellow 21 at 166.55. But I'm going to be looking for rejections along the way for that price action. Yeah, I mean, we've been talking about this for a long time, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I don't want to toot my own horn, but geez Louise, man, I've been fucking preaching it for quite some time. We might go into a bear market. Give me 1 second. Asking my dude if I got any issues on the stream right now. We're going to go ahead and move on. Check out Microsoft, same thing, macro lower lows, confirming resistance as well, looking for a continuation drive all the way down to this point here, 262.61. And this just gets me excited because again, very similar structure, lower highs, lower lows, and now even lower lows. So yes, it wouldn't be out of the question to bounce back up to the 21 exponential, hit $287.30. But I'm looking down, man. Stochastic. Again, a lot of these charts very similar. Coiling in the bearish critical territory. RSI below the exponential, rejecting the diagonal trend line of peace and prosperity, confirming it as resistance. Not good. I'm not even going to talk about the bullish sentiment because the bullish sentiment for every single chart that we're going to look at for the remainder of the stream is the same. Unless I see a reversal above the 21 exponential, I'm not looking for bullish momentum. Next target for this one's 262.30. I'm going to be looking for that to play out. If we do confirm this one continuing even lower to new lower lows, this one looking absolutely shit-faced. AMD driving all the way down to 85.10-ish. I don't know why it says 85.16. This one did not close at 85.16. 85.10 is where we closed. Maybe that's considering post-market price action. Same thing, ladies and gentlemen. Unless I see reversals above the 21 exponential, I'm looking for continuation on this. Yes, it would be a little bit more inclined to see a bounce at this current moment in time towards the 21 exponential. But again, look at the stochastics. Just absolutely devastating in the bearish critical territory, not looking healthy at all. RSI entering, rejecting the exponential, confirming a lower high, and entering the bearish control zone. We have plenty of evidence to suggest continuation to the downside. And to be realistic with you, the next level that I'm going to be looking for, the next two levels I'm going to be looking for is a potential stab towards 79.75 and a potential stab towards 73.75 here for AMD. This is fucking bearish, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we've been waiting for. This is a macro downtrending structure on the daily time frame and weekly time frame for a vast majority of the aforementioned charts. I'm fucking bearish, man. I am bearish. Nvidia, same thing. Looking for continuations towards 178.53. It wouldn't be out of the question to bounce up to the bottom side of blue box territory, but in my opinion, that's unlikely, towards 211.50. Lots of selling right now. Lots of selling. lots of selling. Fresh entry into the bearish control zone for the RSI, stochastics. Again, a lot of these charts, you can see how a lot of these charts are very, very similar when it comes to price action and momentum oscillators. It speaks volume on how simple this shit is to read right now. Again, from an experienced perspective, this shit to me is like butter. It's basically spelling out the next moves for me. Again, I trade to where the chart tells me what to do. I don't tell me what to do. The chart tells me what I need to do. And the chart right now is telling me not fucking good. Looking for continuation on NVIDIA here, all the way down towards 178.85. I'm gonna check out Twitter. Had a little bit of a sell-off after the news of Elon Musk. I'm still very bullish on this until proven otherwise. We could see a re-entry into this blue box territory, at which point I would look for a retest of the 21 exponential, but we are still above that confirmed support at 48.57, so we could see a bounce off at this region with another stab attempt towards 54 bucks even. Any open and closure above 54 bucks, I'll look for continuation towards 59 bucks, and that's where things get potentially exciting for me because I'm currently holding a position. Netflix, I'm not even going to analyze that. It's hitting the floor. And now Bitcoin. Bitcoin actually looking healthier than everything else. Blocking out the haters. No, just kidding. I'm actually going to be looking for Bitcoin to continue towards the downside as well. The sentiment was made. We had a little bit of a test at the 21 here. Hit that 21, rejected it, continued down into that blue box territory as outlined in yesterday's stream. This one not looking too healthy either as far as the bullish perspective is concerned. I would be looking for continuation below $36,950 for a potential test of $35,000 even. We do see RSI here rejecting the golden trend line, confirming it as tentative resistance, and confirming the negatively sloped exponential as resistance once again. And stochastics here crossing back down, rejecting the top side of the bearish control zone. That is never a good signal if you're looking to trade from a bullish perspective here. And you know, same fucking sentiment. Until I see an open and closure above that 21, I am not looking for any bullish momentum. I'm looking for continuation stabs to the downside. Anything below $35,000 even could be colossal. Could be fucking colossal for Bitcoin, as we only have two targets, 32,000 bucks and a potential move to 29,600 for Bitcoin. Again, at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, the US dollar index is fucking very bullish, absolutely powerful, absolutely destructive. And as long as that one is completely colossally moving to the upside, I am not, and I repeat, I am not looking for bullish momentum in a market that has been confirmed bearish and confirmed even more bearishness today and for quite some time. So until then, ladies and gentlemen, trade with research, conduct your own research. Make sure you're managing your risk. Make sure you're, if whatever strategy you're trading, you're sticking to your strategies. And be safe, ladies and gentlemen, be safe. This is not the time, in my opinion, to be bullish. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, but from my perspective, I'm telling myself each and every day, this is not the time to say, oh, it's going to the fucking moon, because I think it's going to the goddamn floor. And until then, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for coming to the stream. I'm going to be streaming some Elden Ring for about an hour. In like 5 minutes. Hopefully I didn't have any issues on the stream today. At least I don't think I have any issues. I made a couple of adjustments. No issues today. Good fucking deal. Thanks for coming by, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the live stream. And if you're new to the channel, you like what you see, you want to see some more, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, tick that little bell, and we will be back at you again tomorrow. And until then, stay safe, stay happy,